Today we're going to be tying a fly pattern that works exceptionally well for panfish. However, it can also work well for carp, bass, and even some trout. To tie it, we'll start off with some olive feathers. You can use marabou. However, here, I'm using the marabou-like feathers at the back of a grizzly olive saddle hackle. At which point, we'll continue wrapping well into the bend of our hook before grabbing our feathers and securing them tightly in place. At which point, we'll secure our tag ends, not worrying about how they look or snipping the excess free, as this will just help us build up some bulk for our body. Once happy, we'll grab some chartreuse, brassy wire, snip it free, and secure it to our hook shank. Secure it tightly to our hook shank and wrapping it back towards our tail. At which point, we'll grab some olive dubbing. Here I'm using a blend of hare's ear, along with some carp dubbing. Blend them together, and create a dubbing noodle. We'll begin wrapping this forward, building up a slight transition as we work towards the head of the fly. And you can always continue to tighten, or add dubbing as needed. We'll stop right around our hook point, rotate the fly, and add a bit more dubbing. Before laying down a thread base for our following steps, and wrapping back on our dubbing just slightly. At which point, we'll grab our wire and begin to wrap it forward in open spirals, helping to secure our body in place and giving it a ribbed-like appearance. We'll continue doing so until we reach our thread. At which point, we'll secure the wire tightly in place, taking thread wraps both in front as well as behind the wire, helicoptering your excess free. And of course, brush it out to give it that nice, buggy look. With this complete, we'll grab some orange, barred rubber legs, pull a single piece free, snip it in half, and secure it to one side of our fly, before folding it over and securing it to the other. Cover up your tag ends, pull the rubber legs backwards, wrapping back on them slightly to help point them backwards. Once complete, we'll trim it to length, leaving it a bit longer than our body. However, if you'd like more movement, you can always keep them a little bit longer. We'll then add some super glue to the head of our fly before grabbing some dumbbell eyes and securing them to the top of our fly. Ensure it's secured tightly in place by wrapping over it in figure 8 patterns. And another thing I like to do is to wrap my thread between the hook shank and the dumbbell eyes after wrapping over it with figure 8 patterns to further add tension to those figure 8 patterns and really help lock it in place. With this complete, we'll bring our thread back towards our rubber legs, create another dubbing noodle, and continue building up our transition up towards our dumbbell eyes. Once again, continuing to add and tighten the dubbing as needed. We'll then grab some more of our olive feathers, strip some free, and secure them to the underside of our fly, inverting the fly upside down. If you have a rotary vise, we'll make this a bit easier. However, it's not necessary. Snip your excess free. Cover up your tag ends, creating another dubbing noodle, wrapping it around the head of the fly, as well as around our dumbbell eyes, to help create a smooth transition from our body to the head of the fly. With this complete, whip finish to hold it all together. Snip your thread free, and if you trapped a lot of fibers in the process like I did, you can use a lighter to carefully burn them away before brushing everything out to give it that nice, buggy look. And this is a fly pattern known as the Rio Getter, originally made for cichlids on the Rio River. However, it works exceptionally well for any panfish, bass, carp, and even trout. So thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one.